Good evening, everybody. My name is Alex Lowton. Unfortunately, my other team member, Hannah Valentine, couldn't make it today. She is sitting in an exam, so I'm doing it by myself. Our Nohonga submission, Rock, Paper, Scissors, is a point of departure. It draws on the playful and well-known game and engages with three very distinct materials: stone, timber, and steel. The raw materiality of rock, paper, scissors is as much the focus of the Nohonga as the relationship between each element. Conceptually, rock, paper, scissors references the Japanese art movement of monoha. Monoha rejected the idea of representation and design representation and explored the reduction of materials to their primary form. What we are proposing is the making of objects ruled by their relationship created with the surrounding space. Rock, paper, scissors acquires meaning and spatial form through space and location, and in turn the specific location gains meaning through the objects placed in them. By bringing these elements together, it allows for the juxtaposition of materials that speak for themselves. Rock, paper, scissors also engages with the transect of the geological, terrestrial, and architectural history of Tamaki Makaurau, using local stone, recycled native timber, and recycled steel. The first object is rock. Rock invites a couple or individual to pause. The selection and arrangement of rock carries weight and connection to land. It is critical to signifying space or use or to reflect the landmarks of the region. Rock is represented through a selected piece of local basalt. Paper is represented through a recycled native timber podium. The open low plane of paper is multifunctional, accommodating groups and children. Where rock carries weight and containment, paper contrasts, creating a sense of lightness and balance. Floating just above the ground plane, it invites the user to step up or lie down. Through the use of recycled hardwood, paper relates to the disruption of the terrestrial history of our once vegetated city. Scissors is represented in two recycled universal beams, set askew and connected by a welded plate. The linear forms of scissors are social, lending themselves to sitting across from one another at varying degrees of intimacy. The use of steel relates to our architectural history. Recycled steel points to the history and growing application of steel in Aotearoa from the 1920s onwards. Each universal beam would be 3.5 meters long and 400 millimeters high. Weathered and sealed, a steel plate would be welded between the two beams to ensure rigidity. Rock, paper, scissors are varying heights and scales. They engage with a cross-section of society who can encounter the forms in different states of rest or play. The forms are not site-specific and instead are informed by the site they end up in. Rock, paper, scissors is a playful, restrained design. Without creating waste or adverse impact, it utilizes existing materials and provides a point of departure from other Nohonga. Rock, paper, scissors focuses on the materiality of each element while subtly referencing the history of Tamaki Makaurau. The arrangement of each element is set far enough apart to allow each material to function individually, but also close enough for a sense of intimacy while creating an interior shared space. Conceptually, the three separate forms are as important as the space between each object. Hannah and I have done a number of projects together over the last couple of years, including both exhibitions and shared exhibitions and residencies. Thank you very much.